Well, I mean, there was a huge explosion. I guess we're still alive.
Are we?
I mean, I would like to say that we're in the land of the living, but I don't think we are. I guess this is heaven.
Yeah, well, I mean, it can't be hell. There's no Eddie Guerrero.
Well, I've been told in my ear we're getting a special contest here. As you see, Macho Man versus Misawa, and we're being told that Dave Meltzer is going to be the guest referee.
Live audio wrestling.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, the special guest referee from New York, New York, Dave Meltzer.
Well, this is certainly a treat.
Yes, I mean, obviously our esteemed announcer, Dr. Duct Tape, is also caught up in the explosion. By the way, the winner of that match, I'm just being informed, was Puppet H, who buried everyone under the rubble.
Well, that's impressive to know. It appears we're also being joined at the announce table by a shining beam of light. Is that God?
By God!
By God, it's God!
By God! It's God!
As God as my witness.
He's definitely God. I mean, he didn't use his funky entrance music, but it's great to have you here, God. Why don't you say a few words?
It would appear in his omnipotence he's not communicating.
Oh, no, Red, trust me, it's non-verbal. I know this stuff. I took a class in non-verbal communication. It's my primary method of speech. If I may remind you, I am in fact pointing at my microphone very vigorously right now.
From Sarasota, Florida, weighing in at 237 pounds, the Macho Man, Randy Savage!
So Rasslemania 3 so far has been plagued by death, and it's only fitting that two of wrestling's greatest superstars that are now unfortunately dead. Macho Man died May 20th, 2011 in a car crash. He was a former WCW champion, a former WWF champion, and for 14 months was Intercontinental champion.
One of the most charismatic men of all time, I'd say. One of the greatest superstars. Still not inducted in the Hall of Fame.
Still not inducted indeed. If you don't mind me saying, sounds like a famous blue wrestler that we know.
I don't know. Do you really think they sound the same? I'm not hearing it.
And his opponent from Yubari Hokkaido, weighing in at 240 pounds, Mitsuharu Misawa!
Misawa died in June 13th, 2009 in the ring, suffering a spinal injury. Finally back here in heaven to compete.
Of course, you will have to wonder if Dave Meltzer being in this match, his love of Mitsuharu Misawa is well documented. If Dave Meltzer perhaps show a bit of bias?
Well, I was going to ask you, do you think Meltzer is going to be the X Factor in this contest?
I think so. I mean, remember, Meltzer loves Misawa, always rating his matches 5 stars. I mean, as fantastic as the Macho Man is, even he can't deal with a biased official that Meltzer may be.
And a big spinning back elbow there from Misawa there.
Meltzer, of course, famously lowballs WWE matches and WWF matches, and famously highballs Misawa matches. So we shall see. However, this isn't taking place in the Tokyo Dome. It's taking place in heaven. So You never know. Maybe the lack of the Tokyo Dome will bring Meltzer's bias down a little bit.
So far the officiating seems to be perfectly not natural and normal, as it would be, I guess. And in the early goings here, Misawa has the control, and Macho Man ducks out of the way there, tries to deliver a drop kick, but both men seem to be able to counter each other's moves. I mean, the fact that this is in heaven, does that play into these two men's strategy here?
I think that they're both on equal footing. I think perhaps Dave Meltzer may be a little out of his element here, because as far as I know, he's not dead.
Well, we all died in that. The whole world has apparently died in
the whole world.
I believe so. That is the word I'm getting through in my ear. I'm also being told that if God is present at the announce table, we should probably try and bargain to get the rest of Rasslemania. And
what do you think I've been doing all this time? Can't you? I'm pointing vigorously. I can't point any harder.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, look. God, no. Okay, look. Okay, I'll verbalize it. Okay, I know you don't understand nonverbal communication, Red. It's okay.
All right.
But I understand. Okay. So, God. Okay. Listen, big guy, buddy, friend. Okay. I don't really like being dead, and I don't think Red over here, I don't think he really likes being dead either. So, look. You and I think we can make a deal. You know, I mean, I used to be, Mr. Kawaii back on, in Mexico before I became Sin Cobra, and, I was all, anime for the Jesus. But I think you and I, we're tight, like brothers, man. You and me, God. Okay, so I think you should definitely bring us back to life and put us back on Earth.
What do you
say?
I preferred when you were non-verbalizing it. I'll let you continue your debate as we get back to the match here. As Mr. Irish whips Macho Man. Macho Man ducking that clothesline. These two men seem to know each other so well, despite competing on opposite ends of the globe. And a big elbow there to the back of the head of Macho Man. And now a big senton splash straight to the sternum, and a pinfall here. First cover. And no count there. Macho Man able to kick out quick enough for Meltzer not to be able to make the count. Do you think that was possibly amateur officiating there from Dave Meltzer?
Yeah, I mean, he's rated many matches, but has he ever competed in one?
I don't think he has.
Definitely not as a referee. Not as a referee, definitely. I mean, so that's simple mistakes you make when you're starting out as a referee.
Big right hand there to Macho Man, and a DDT sends Misawa down. I mean, do you think the injuries that these two men sustained in their deaths, I mean, obviously Macho Man was in a car crash, and you've got to imagine every part of his body must still be hurting, or I don't know how heaven works, but
I believe they're all given Phoenix magic potions at the gate or something.
There was an Emerald Flosion there, I think, an Emerald Flosion, and a pinfall, and again, Macho Man, I guess both men are seemingly immortal, so maybe they're able to kick out. I'll let you continue your theorizing here.
From what I hear, I think everyone who comes to Evan's Gate gets a high potion, or they get stored in the Pokemon Center for a few minutes, and they come out good as new, so, except dead.
That would be the one disadvantage, I guess, of that. And Misawa... Was that an Emerald Flosion? I think that might have been the Emerald Flosion. I might have called that wrong before. Pinfall. And again, Meltzer far too slow to make the count there. Go behind for Macho Man, and a low block there on the leg of Misawa. Or Misawa. I'm going to continuously pronounce this wrong.
I don't know. I always thought it was Misawa, but I mean, Dr. Duct Tape doesn't.
Well, he's Irish, so does his opinion count? I don't know.
I don't think so.
You got to think about ring rust as well, I guess, in this match, because Macho Man's last official match was in 2005, where he simply punched Jeff Jarrett, and Misawa, his last match was in 2009. So ring rust, I would think, would play a factor here.
I think so. I mean, punching as much as punching Jeff Jarrett give you the advantage in a match. I don't think, really, as you said, 2005 versus 2009. I mean, one's been out of the ring longer than the other. Then again, the Macho Man did come back briefly for commercials for WWE All-Stars to prove that really he has not lost a step, at least in his persona as the Macho Man.
And it looks like another camel clutch. We're seeing another camel clutch this evening, and Dave Meltzer there checking for a submission. But Misawa is able to power out there. Did you see a minute ago? I swear Misawa hit a move and Dave Meltzer started clapping. I'm not sure if Meltzer is playing this straight down the middle as he would have everyone believe.
Well, his rumors of his bias are well documented. We'll see if perhaps those rumors are true.
It looks like a Boston Crab here. A Boston Crab. And Macho's close to the ropes. And Macho managed to power out there. And now arguing. I thought he was arguing with Meltzer, but he seems to be taunting for something. Could we see a pile driver? Pile driver from Macho Man. A pile driver. He's going for a pin.
Meltzer wasn't counting. Meltzer wasn't counting.
Meltzer was not counting there. It was biased officiating, blatant biased officiating, allowing Misawa to counter there with a drop kick. Another pin here, and again Meltzer didn't make the count.
What a sorry. This shoddy officiating is really getting on my nerves. But I have some great news. Okay.
You have some news.
Okay. Yeah, I have some great news from God himself. You know, I've been doing this. Okay, he says that.
Oh no, carry on. Sorry, there was another pinfall that Meltzer failed to count for. Carry on.
Okay. He said that we can come back to life.
Oh, that's good news.
Wait. But we had to bring someone with us. And he said either Matt Hardy and Owen Hart. And I know I made the right decision. So Matt Hardy is coming with us, Red.
That's fantastic news. Great. Good decision there.
Thanks. I mean, you know, I told you we're really tight, me and God.
Yeah, totally. Anyway, so Matt Hardy's coming back with us. So we're coming back to life after this match. Macho Man managing to get an advantage over Misawa here. Misawa dropping down into the corner. And you can listen to the crowd. Despite the fact that they have been murdered tonight by several Triple H's, they are going mad for this dream contest. And now another Boston Crab. Another Boston Crab. And I'm sure Macho is in the ropes there. But Meltzer's not calling for it. I think this might be the heel turn from Meltzer. I think we're finally seeing Dave Meltzer turn heel on the wrestling business. So
didn't he do that when he started reviewing MMA?
I think that was just the start of the heel turn, and now he's gone full-blown heel.
Oh.
And a big German suplex there from Misawa. Straight on the head, softening him up for the Emerald Flosion. I think we're going to see it here, possibly. Emerald Flosion there. And a pin. And now Meltzer makes a count, and only a 1.
I wonder if Meltzer is getting a bit frustrated here. I don't know if Misawa is on
Tiger Driver! Tiger Driver! Suddenly Meltzer learns how to count. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just seen the Heaven Screwjob. I mean, Misawa dominated quite a lot through this match.
I am shocked to note here.
I'm shocked at all.
No, I'm sorry, no. Can we leave him behind?
I'm not sure if we're allowed to take him back. But look at this. I think we're going to see the Tiger Driver. There it is. And Meltzer with the fast count. Macho Man has been screwed by Dave Meltzer.
And here's your winner, Misawa.
Well, I'm guessing that now we're able to come back to life. I'm being told that Dark Matrix has arranged for CM Punk to fight another contest against 2003 Sean O'Haire. Well, the biased officiating and the unfairness continues, ladies and gentlemen, at Rasslemania 3.
Boy, oh boy.
So, how does it feel to be alive, Cobra?
Oh, it feels great. I mean, man, I can't wait. Man, Matt Hardy.
Oh, wait a minute, hang on, here's the Great Khali. Oh, wait a minute, that's Super Blizzard! Oh my god! Super Blizzard just took out the Great Khali! The Great Khali was supposed to be helping Wu tonight, and it looks like the Wu World Order has struck early.
I mean, you know, take out the biggest men in the fight. I can't blame them, but I can't say I like it. What the hell happened to you, Super Blizzard?
Well, as you can see, we're now going to Sean O'Haire versus 2003 CM Punk. Well, this is obviously a result of Dark Matrix losing that match against k.o.t. I think he's taken his frustration out on CM Punk.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is an Extreme Rules match. Introducing first from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 212 pounds from the year 2003 CM Punk.
Well, we've seen this contest before. We saw it at Rasslemania 1, and that was a hell of a contest between CM Punk and 2003 Sean O'Haire. And apparently, we're going to get a repeat of it this evening.
Well, I mean, the first match was pretty excellent. That Falls Count Iron Man no disqual count out match.
And this is apparently an extreme rules match, and I've got to imagine that plays into the hands of CM Punk.
Probably. I mean, you know, he's extreme. He's always been extreme. He was on ECW back when it was sort of extreme. In 2003, CM Punk, of course, on the Indies, you have to get extreme on the Indies. So,
of course, Punk known for his feuds with Raven back in the Indies.
Of course, probably one of the most
and his opponent from Hilton
feuds.
Head, South Carolina, weighing in at 258 pounds, also from the year 2003 Sean O'Haire.
So the audience there getting introduced by that nameplate.
Do you think the fact that these two men are from 2003 is going to play particular into anyone's hands? I mean, this is 10 years in the past.
It's very interesting that Sean O'Haire, of course, at some of his best in 2003. CM Punk, very good, but I would say that his current incarnation is preferable. And, I mean, I can see him doing well, but, I mean, you have someone who's in one of his crimes versus someone who is in his prime, so it'll be interesting to see. Both in 2003, plus, I mean, back in 2003, things were different.
Indeed, of course, the last match that we saw between these two, Sean O'Haire was quite capable of getting a win, but in fact, it was that showboating that cost him the match. Now, I wonder if he will make those kind of mistakes this time. And a big spear early on, and it shows that he's not going to let up, I don't think, on Punk. With Punk at the side of our table there, the big super kick.
Of course, these two have competed before at the original Rasslemania. The score, I believe, is 1 to Punk.
It's 1 to Punk. But Sean O'Haire then came back at Rasslemania 2 and interrupted Stone Cold versus CM Punk, costing Punk the match against Stone Cold. I mean, Punk's already had a match tonight. He's already faced the Godfather in the opening contest of tonight's show. I mean, does that play a factor?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, go back to 2003 all you want, He did have a match earlier tonight.
Does that mean that Punk's more warmed up, or do you think he's more exhausted?
Oh, God, it's really hard to tell, especially with the time travel involved. I'd say that any warm-up benefits he may have had by defeating the Godfather were negated by going back to a part in his career where he was not as well traveled, not as well tested.
Big series of drop kicks there and a net breaker and a pinfall. And it's nice to finally see a referee, Charles Robinson, back to life, making counts, unlike the biased Dave Meltzer that we saw earlier tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if he gives that match 5 stars for officiating. And a big clothesline there from Sean O'Haire. And another super kick. May have busted CM Punk open there. We're seeing again Sean O'Haire dominating the early proceedings of this match.
Wow, I mean, Sean O'Haire must be furious, obviously, losing to Punk. Clearly, he wants revenge. He wants to take it into his own hands.
But do you think that revenge, do you think that thirst for revenge is going to hinder him or help him?
I think it go either way, really. I mean, in a match, if you have thirst for revenge, that can get you focused, but it can also get you blind. You can maybe attack someone with all your strength, but eventually, when things just stop working, eventually you just get so focused on your goal that you ignore any possible deviation from it, and that's when you get tripped up. So I really think it could go either way. It depends on how long this match goes and how prepared CM Punk is for this match.
A huge German suplex there just caught Sean O'Haire and attempted a springboard to follow up, and Punk is signaling for a go to sleep here. We could see the end of this match. I think Punk just wants to get it over early. A big go to sleep. Drives the knee into the head of Sean O'Haire. Cover. 1. And only a 1 count from Sean O'Haire. I think that just really shows the tenacity of this man. I mean,
absolutely.
I think Sean O'Haire just wants to win. Punk wants to get this over.
But I have to say, that's good on Punk as well, because he's been beaten up this whole match. For him to just hit the GTS out of nowhere, that's pretty impressive.
Talking of out of nowhere, that attack on the Great Khali with Super Blizzard. The big power on there from Sean O'Haire, that attack by Super Blizzard, that's surely got to leave Wu, a number down in the Elimination Chamber coming up later on this evening.
Be interesting to see if they can get a replacement. I mean, the Great Khali looked pretty injured. You know how he has exploding knees. I mean, his knees are just, talk about Rey Mysterio's knees. The Great Khali's knees are even worse.
I mean, it's all that dancing he does. I mean, the Great Khali, known for his dancing. And a big superplex, front suplex there, through the table. And Sean O'Haire showboating again. He's looking for the Widowmaker. And he scores with the Widowmaker. And Punk wisely rolls out of the ring there.
Yeah, I think he might have just been doing that on instinct, but that's some good ring awareness.
Big overhead splash there as well from Sean O'Haire, now just putting the boots to Punk. I'm not sure Punk knows where he is, and he sure doesn't know where he is after that big super kick from Sean O'Haire. They're dangerously close to our table again, Cobra. It's nice to see our table alive, and they're back to those barriers. Of course, Mike Adamley sadly passed away earlier this evening after being driven through the barriers by massive Q. Many casualties.
That was one of the most shocking moments of tonight. Plus, the thing where everyone else died as well. But I mean, I was just speechless.
Oh my God, Punk's got a ladder.
Oh no.
It's okay, Cobra. I mean, it's in the ring. Just calm down. It'll be fine. Wait a minute. Widowmaker on the ladder. My God. And now Sean O'Haire, he's looking for the Swanton Bomb, and he hits. Punk moves out of the way. But O'Haire's already back up. Another Widowmaker, the third Widowmaker in this match. Pinfall 1, 2, 3. And Sean O'Haire has seemingly evened the score.
Can I come up now?
I think you can come out. I mean, you've got to look at some of these replays. I mean, it was a relentless attack by Sean O'Haire CM Punk. I hope Dark Matrix is happy.
That's nothing on Punk. I mean, he already competed once earlier in the night. He just got brutalized the entire match. He did well, but I mean the score's somewhat even now. I mean, would you count that? Would you count that as a legitimate victory for Sean O'Haire?
And
I
here's
think it's
your
a
winner.
legitimate victory.
2003, Sean O'Haire.
If there's a W in the win box, that means it's a legitimate victory. And as far as I'm concerned, Sean O'Haire has earned that victory. It was a clean pinfall. Punk, I suppose, was not at his best. But it'd be interesting to see if these men ever square up again for the rubber match.
We'll see. I mean, it's all tied up now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have still got plenty to come this evening. We've got the Elimination Chamber match between the Woo World Order and Woo. We've got a match of The Rock versus Rassler, if I can get my words out. And I've also been told we're getting Muta versus Taker. And apparently, the newly brought back to life Matt Hardy will be challenging... Oh, wait a minute, hang on. It appears now Super Blizzard's been laid out.
What? Talk about revenge, I suppose.
It looks like someone's got their hands on Super Blizzard.
Yeah, revenge is his attack on
The Great Khali.
Great Khali earlier in the night.
Well, I'm just being told that the newly resurrected Matt Hardy, who died a couple of years ago in a tragic pizza accident, has been resurrected, and he's challenging the man who keeps asking to be fed more, Ryback, for the Hot Dog Championship.
Oh man, aren't you glad I resurrected him?
I'm so glad. Oh, another special contest. Ooh.
Very good. This one's a battle of the Ace Attorneys here.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, graduated from Harvard University, weighing in at 229 pounds, David Otunga.
David Otunga, former member of the Nexus, really got himself a niche audience, a niche fan base here, mainly because of his lawyer background and his coffee sipping.
Also his incredibly catchy theme song. You want to talk about lawyers?
And his opponent, graduated from some university in Chicago, Illinois, Joe Park.
We have Joseph Park.
Joseph Park, of course, brother of Abyss, who came to TNA to try and find his brother Abyss, but ended up getting caught up in several storylines. I mean, Joe Park, you can obviously tell that Joe Park's Joe Park, because Joe Park's got all his teeth.
Yep. Joe Park, of course. He has a bit of a cult following himself.
Well, hopefully Joe Park does all right in this match.
Yeah, I think he'll do fine. I think the lights are out.
I think the lights have gone. Can we get some lights? Wait a minute!
Oh my God! It's Abyss!
It's Abyss! The Monster Abyss!
The Monster Abyss in the ring. What's he doing here? The brother of Joseph Park.
I think that almost looked like an implosion there. Another implosion. Now Abyss.
He's just laying it in on Otunga.
A big power slam. What happened to Joe Park? I'm sure Joe Park was in the ring. A big choke slam there from Abyss. Otunga wasn't prepared for this at all.
No, he trained for Joe Park. He didn't train for his brother Abyss. The Monster Abyss.
And a black hole slam.
Oh my God, that's gotta be it. That has gotta be it.
Dragged him into the center of the ring, and Seaman will go for the pin. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Is that technically elite? Is that technically legal?
I don't know. I mean, the referee counted it.
And here's your winner,
I think it is.
Abyss.
I mean, he's Abyss, you know. Sometimes you just randomly transform into someone else in the middle of the match. Hasn't that ever happened to you?
No. never happened to me. I've only been in the ring once, mind you.
Yeah.
Well, Abyss has won this special contest.
Wow, that was a great showing by the Monster. Man, talk about surprises. WrestleMania 3 has been full of them.
Well, it's all up for grabs now. We're still a point down, ladies and gentlemen. We're still a point down. Wu has one last chance to get on top of the Wu World Order in the Elimination Chamber next.